how can Virginia Tech beat NC State? NC State, of course, is undefeated on the season right now, 13-0. They have not lost one duel this season. Their last loss coming last year to actually Pitt, an ACC opponent. Now, this is the battle for the ACC championship, really. I mean, if Virginia Tech can defeat NC State, they have a real shot to win that. But NC State is looking to just flat out win that. This week, I mean, it's their toughest match of the season to beat Virginia Tech. Next week, they take on Duke. So, I don't think that's really going to be any necessarily big threat there. But they're coming off a big win over UNC, whereas UNC has already beat Virginia Tech this season, who is 11-1. Now, this match is going down in Raleigh. It's going down at NC State, Virginia Tech, and NC State on Valentine's Day. Now, the one thing I want to mention is that if you're in the Raleigh area or want to take a trip to North Carolina this summer, well, Kerry Colat has 3 camps going on this summer. Whether you're a prospective high school athlete or just want to fine-tune your technique. I mean, Colat camps are the place to learn from college athletes from the Olympian Kerry Colat. Now, camps are limited, so make sure that you want to reserve your spot now. You can check that out, linked in the description below. I highly recommend these camps. My brother actually went to one of these camps a couple years ago at Campbell Wrestling, and it's a beautiful area down here in North Carolina. It's also where I'm from. So let's get into these duels. Virginia Tech and NC State. Now, what does Virginia Tech need to do to win this duel? I'm not going to go through all these matchups, but I wanted to bring up the lineups here, Virginia Tech and NC State. So, I mean, we're going to be starting off strong at 125 with some good matchups. In the past, Camacho has beat Prada, but that was in the past. That was a couple years ago, I think. But that's going to be one key match that Virginia Tech will need to win. And yes, it will be an upset we'll see how Prada has grown over the past couple of years. 133 is another weight that Virginia Tech's going to have to win. Girardi's going to have to beat Trumbull, and that's just kind of where they are in the series. They're 1-1 against each other. Each of them has a win against the other, so that's going to be a key matchup. Tariq Wilson has been looking very, very strong, but I wouldn't call that necessarily a key matchup. But 149 I would call a key matchup where Virginia Tech's going to have to win. Now, I kind of looked at how did Virginia Tech beat Ohio State at the beginning of the year when Ohio State was number 3. That was one of their biggest victories of the season. And one of those, of course, was whenever Brent Moore pinned Sammy Sasso at 149. Now, Brent Moore is not in the lineup anymore. We have Bryce Andonian, who is a freshman. He's 15-5 on the season, whereas Layton is 17-7, a sophomore. Both young guys, we could see this match go either way. If Virginia Tech wants to win, they got to win that. If NC State wants to win, they got to win that. It's as simple as that. These next couple of matchups are, kind of NC State is the favorite here at 157 with number 2 Hayden Hidlay. He's the favorite to win that duel, but at 165 is an interesting one. David McFadden and Thomas Bullard. Now, this is a match where Virginia Tech actually lost this match against Ohio State at 165, but they still ended up winning the duel. David McFadden was upset. I think that weight cut may be sort of a problem with McFadden this year. We've seen him lose the past couple matches maybe shouldn't have lost. One of them being losing by tech fall to Kennedy Monday. He just kind of beat him down pretty darn hard. Now, this is going to be a matchup that could go either way, I believe. And at 174 is another marquee matchup as far as similarities are concerned. Now, like I said, Virginia Tech, Ohio State, like to compare those two just because of that upset there. Now, Cody Hughes actually beat Rocky Jordan in that match. Rocky Jordan is now number 12 in the country, and so that just shows that dominance there. Daniel Bullard is number 15 in the country. It will be interesting to see how Hughes does. Hughes does have some losses on his record to, ranked unranked guys, but that's a matchup there. And then kind of this is the best match of the night is Hunter Boland going up against Trent Hidlay. Boland is 21-1. Hidlay is 21-2. Now, the reason is that this matchup is so big. It's number 2 versus number 3. Now, I think this is going to be a heck of a match, and one that, depending on which team wins, it could really swing the match in their favors. And then, in the past week, we saw Nick Reenan lose to UNC. He was ranked, kind of dropped out of those rankings. And then at 285, we have John Borch going up against Deontay Wilson. That will be another interesting match. Wilson, of course, won the duel for NC State last week against UNC. Now, listen, I'll put it simply as this. Virginia Tech needs wins at 125, 133, and 149. They have to win their ranked matchups at 65 and 84. They got to win those. But, otherwise, NC State's going to be very, very difficult to beat. There's a reason they're undefeated, and this is an exciting ACC championship, ACC matchup.